Hi, my name is KGaertner and I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm creating this short video so you can take a look at me. I have gone through the uLab sort of initial course to 1X, and here are my first set of responses. That's my second page. And my third page. I'm just going to quickly actually respond to them. For the question number one, the Trump administration setting policy and putting down executive orders without analyzing or even knowing the science or data that tells the facts. So also to that would be disinformation campaigns conducted by the Koch brothers and or coal companies, to name just a few of the disinformation campaigns out there around climate change. Number two, question answered. Climate Reality Leadership Corps. Anyone focused on environmental and societal justice, community leaders, and then citizen activists who are mainly volunteers, but really actually progress our thinking and our policy making to where we are today. Question number three, I'm generally scared of homeless people. There's a lot of homeless people here in Portland, Oregon, whereas where I'm from on the East Coast, there's definitely homeless people, but they seem to be not so pervasive in tent camps around the cities that I had lived. And mainly it's the men that I'm afraid of, not necessarily women. I seem to empathize more with women who are homeless and their children. But when homeless people are also on drugs, I get fearful instead of trying to understand sort of how they came to be homeless and what their circumstances were that brought them to homelessness. Question number four, I fully see the patterns of refugees and migration and why it's happening without full knowledge of the historical drivers of all of that migration. But I can see both sides of the coin, the frustration, worry, and fear of countries' citizens, for instance, in Germany or Poland or Hungary or Greece, as well as the desperation, want, and need of some level of security that the refugees are seeking. Number five, question answered, not having enough time to complete what I feel is important and urgent, not doing anything well enough to my standards, not having my husband share enough responsibility with me, coming up against an intrinsic view that females are lesser and less valued than men. Question number six, answered, in and after yoga classes, on vacation, relaxing and stress-free, and when I'm in the company of like-minded people, satsangs, particular satsangs, and when I'm shown the suffering of people that were never asked for it and don't want it. Question number seven, Climate Reality Leadership Corps training, my master's in sustainable management, volunteering at 350PDX, which is a citizen activist group, starting my corporate sustainability business, and writing and publishing my climate change book. Question number eight, answer, becoming a climate change activist, teaching people globally how to adapt and build resiliency, consulting to municipalities, states, and governments on how to implement policies around governments going 100% renewable energy, or developing climate action plans. And then the last two questions, number nine, the intent. I plan to use the learnings of Theory U and future visioning to aid and amplify my corporate sustainability work so that my penetration is deeper and more successful than it otherwise would be. The questions around that. How can this course and the learnings from it be utilized in my reach out and work with industry players? And two, how do I go about teaching others about future sensing so they catalyze their knowledge and their knowing into paradigm shifting action? And lastly, I did reach out to a couple people. Jessica Thurston, who is much younger than I am, but has a master's in sustainability and is actually focused on developing corporate sustainability and implementing those in corporate industry. And then I actually reached out to all of the individuals at my Al Gore's Climate Reality Leadership Corps training that just happened in August. There was 9 of us from Portland, and so I reached out to them and said, hey, listen, I would love for you to go through this course and share a hub experience with me. And that's it. I'm looking forward to the additional learnings over the next 7 to 14 weeks.